Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Well, hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm one of David's oldest friends, if not the oldest. David and I have known each other for over 20 years now. And to be honest, I know. To be honest, we've known each other so long, I can't even really recall the first time we met. I know we were about 5 years old. We were in preschool together, and we discovered that our parents lived in the same neighborhood. But one clear memory I do have of those early days is one night Jackie and Mark came over to my parents' house for dinner, and David and I, is this thing going? Can you hear me? Okay. David, I'm like cutting out. David and I spent the whole night glued to the TV playing Super Mario Brothers. And I don't know if you guys remember that. It was pretty key. I don't know if we said a word to each other, but it was the beginning of a good friendship. And it was awesome. But unfortunately, it was a habit that lasted way too long, much to Tori and Michelle's dismay, I'm sure. Yeah. You know, growing up, I didn't have any brothers. I was blessed with 2 older sisters who took advantage of every opportunity to torture me with their femininity. I had my nails painted. I had my hair curled. I was even the flower girl in their pretend wedding. And I did a damn good job at it too, by the way. But you know what? Despite all that, I never felt cheated because for as long as I can remember, I had David. He was my brother. And David and I, we got into a lot of trouble like brothers. And I won't add details to that. But and we also certainly fought like brothers. To this day, David and I still bear the marks and scars of physical abuse, primarily in the form of chipped teeth, which I promise I will fix one day. Yeah, by the way, yeah. But you know, while a lot of our fights when we were younger were pretty innocent and petty, there were actually multiple points in our relationship where we stopped being friends altogether. And I remember thinking during those times that, you know, maybe the friendship just kind of had run its course, like some friendships do. But you know, almost like some unknown law of the universe, Dave and I always gravitated back towards one another. Our friendship was magnetic like that. And, you know, I just think during those times we realized, you know, just we weren't willing to give up on something I think meant so much to the both of us. And I'm actually grateful for those moments because it was during those times where I got to discover some of David's greatest qualities and attributes. For one, David was always quick to forgive and never too proud to admit fault. I think oftentimes a lot of people let ego kind of get in the way of resolving conflict with friends, but that was never the case with David. And it just became clear to me that he valued peace and harmony just kind of overall. And I was going to say that normally David doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, but we got a taste of that today, which is good. I was like about to weep. I was like having a moment. But yeah, it was amazing. But you know, normally he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, but he has one of the biggest hearts of anybody that I know. I know without a doubt that David just loves and cares deeply and sincerely about those who are important to him. And finally, David is loyal. He's a loyal friend. You know, during school, David was always one of those guys who you could kind of put in any social group, and he'd just be accepted without question. In short, David was cool. And David was pretty freaking cool. Needless to say, I was not one of those people. And it always struck me as kind of odd that of all the people David could have chosen to hang out with and be friends with, he chose Dan and Xavier and I. Yeah. Where's he at? Where's my boy at? Yeah, we were on the lower echelon of coolness at school. Yeah, real talk. But you know, I think it has something to do with just loyalty and David's just acute perception of when people are being genuine. I know for Dan and Xavier and I, we genuinely loved and invested in David, and David likewise in us. And I think for him, that just always was enough. It's been a privilege and an honor getting to witness the depth of David's love and caring over the years. In my short time being married, I just know that, what I talked about before, those are some of the most precious qualities that a future spouse can have. And I know Michelle's already begun to discover these for herself, which is probably why we're gathered today. Yeah. So just, David, I need you to know that to me, you've always been more than just a friend. You're family. And I just want you to know how grateful I am for your friendship and for your continual love and support in my life. I hope you know you will always have mine. I love you, David. See you tomorrow. What? Hey, I'm not done yet. I know. Cut it. We're good. Yeah. And Michelle, I just thank you so much for being a perfect fit for David and for highlighting and encouraging all of his greatest attributes. He is certainly a better man for it. So, I just want to wish you both supreme happiness in the years ahead, and I look forward to walking with you both as you enter this next phase of life together. Cheers. I love you too, man. I love you too.
Hi. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tori, married to that guy. And Michelle and I have known each other for about 10 years now. We first met as freshmen, but we became friends as sophomores in high school in our Spanish class, bonding over the mutual hatred of said teacher. And it was definitely her. It wasn't us. It was for sure her. And I'm so happy to be celebrating this night, and it is many years in the making, and I'm happy to be celebrating because it means my hard work paid off. This was all a part of my master plan to get our best friends together, and I know that sounds selfish, but they're actually perfect for each other, which is why subtly encourage their relationship. So by nature, I am an introverted person. David and I are alike in this way, and we have a sibling-like relationship, and we joke that Matt and Michelle are our exasperated parents who have to deal with us. I never had the easiest time making friends or putting myself out there, but when I met Michelle, even at a young age, she was the opposite, completely outgoing and totally sure of herself, even at 15. It seemed like an unlikely friendship, but she was quickly became family and started letting herself into my house unannounced and making cookies with my family when I wasn't even there. The thing about us introverts is that we need people like Michelle. We need people to draw us outside of ourselves and teach us how to enjoy the moment that we are in. And for the past 10 years, Michelle has been my wingwoman, guiding me through all kinds of social situations that I would never have wanted to do by myself. And now she gets to be David's. And David, Michelle is the best wingwoman you could possibly have. She will give you all that she has without question and with a depth rarely seen. And it is a precious gift to be loved so deeply. She is a doer. You know this already, but get ready for all the activities all the time. Her energy is good for people like us because it pushes and challenges us to do things we never thought we could do. She's always trying to improve herself as a friend and a partner. She legitimately wants to give you what you need, and if you tell her how, she will. She'll get you out of your own way, challenge you, encourage you, and love you even when you don't deserve it, just like she has for me. Michelle, I love you so much, and thank you for being there for me on my best days and my absolute worst days, without question. I guess if I have to share my wing woman with someone, I am glad that it's David. I've seen how much he's softened you and loved you for the last 4 years, and it's been amazing to watch you grow together. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you both, and I can't wait to do life with you. Cheers.
It wouldn't have been the same.
Mother.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm David's mother. They say if you're nervous when you get up here, which I am, to think of everybody naked. I don't think I want to go there. First off, thank you, Matt and Tori. You were instrumental in getting them together, I know that. I love you for that. Sorry I have to read, otherwise I'm just going to break down. Thanks, everybody, for coming, too. We appreciate you all coming for the wedding. Let's see. I can't read my writing because it's in pencil. No. First off, I want to thank all of David's friends. He's got so many good friends. And Merch, Dan, Merch, Ben. We wish Garrett could be here too. Yeah, Garrett. Thank you. You've all been really great friends. Michelle, welcome to the family. David couldn't ask for a better wife or me a better daughter-in-law. A strong wife and a strong daughter-in-law. David, first off, I want to say I'll try not to be that mother-in-law. David, I'm so proud of you, the man you've become. For a while, I didn't even think you were going to pass high school. But you did, and I love the direction that you're headed. Remember that time we were in LA? We were in an elevator. Up on the top floor, one of those speed elevators that go to the bottom. And he was about 6 years old. And as we hit the bottom, the elevator was packed full of people, he said in his loudest little voice, "Mama, that tickled my pee-pee." So David and Michelle, I hope this starts a lifetime of elevator rides.
Now the fun begins. When Michelle was born, her grandfather Robert and I were in the delivery room, and of course her mother, and she came out. I knew she was going to be a beautiful young lady. In fact, I'm very fortunate. I only have 2 children, and my daughter Krista and my daughter Michelle, and they're both just beautiful, great women, and I love them both so much. Anyhow, Michelle, when she was growing up, her mother and I tried to get her to participate in sports, maybe in music, and get a well-rounded life. And so when she was in 5th grade, she told me they were having a father-daughter dance. And I said, well, honey, you know I like to dance, so we're going to have to practice the swing. And she says, we are? And I said, yeah. So we practiced the swing. So we went to the dance when they had kind of a dance contest. And here's most of the men with their 5-year-old or 5th grade daughters. Here's Michelle and I. Right? We won the dance contest hands down. There's no doubt about it. You know. But anyhow, Michelle loved camping. She played a lot of different sports, basketball, soccer, and so forth. And she even, and I had nothing to do with this, but she tried to play the violin. And I wasn't sure the reason she quit because she didn't like it or was because we wouldn't buy her a Stradivarius. Anyhow, so as Michelle grew older and everything, and she matured and added, and she met David, and I knew Hannah, but I didn't know David. And so the first time I met David, I thought he was kind of afraid of me. And I wasn't sure if it was because I was such a big guy or if because he knew I had a 3rd-degree black belt in karate. Anyhow, so as I got to know David, I could see that he was a good guy. But what really impressed me when they moved to Reno, and I'd go up there and see them, the 2 of them, how they looked at each other, how they touched each other, how they acted towards each other. They had common goals together. They wanted to have a life together. I could tell then. It was obvious to me that they were already in love, and that really impressed me. So what I've done is my friends and family know I'm kind of a ham poet, and I write poetry, so I've written a poem. I have to get my eyes out. I can't see well anymore. Above their heads flew 4 little doves. It was obvious to me that they were in love. Her face lit up when he squeezed her hand. I knew it then. She found her man. Today is the happiest day of their lives. They are now officially husband and wife. Raise your glasses high, a toast to Dave and Michelle. I'm sure their life together will be a story to tell. Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen, can we get one more hand for each person who gave it to us? And now a word from the bride and groom.
I just wanted to say, thank you, everyone, for coming. If you're here, you obviously mean a lot to us, and we really appreciate you guys all coming out to celebrate mine and Michelle's marriage. We really appreciate it. We love you guys a lot, especially you, Kristen.
Yeah, I'll just follow that. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really means so much to us. Each and every one of you holds a special place in our hearts. We couldn't have imagined having this day without all of you here. Can you not hear me? Do I need to be closer? Thank you for making the trek out into the middle of the forest. And I'm sure 90% of you when you're driving were like, this can't be right. I'm lost. But it was right. Yeah, right? Yeah. So thank you, and we love all of you, and can't wait to tear up the dance floor with everybody tonight. Woo! And we have a shot ski behind the bar that I made, and Jessica and Hannah made, and we need to do that later. So yeah, let's do shot skis and let's dance and let's party.